welcome to 4 a.m. Network. I'm Nick. That's Hakeem. This is Mine is Better.
Fuck yeah, my man.
Let's go. It's the show where we argue and I'm right and Hakeem is wrong.
And by that, you already know he's lying.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't keep score because I'm probably going to lose at the end. But
it'll be for y'all to decide ultimately when there's more of y'all deciding.
Yes, correct.
For now, we'll just claim wins and, either ourselves.
Let's get into it, though. We're going to have two topics, 2 items, 2 places, 2 things. And we obviously each pick, and I'm going to tell you why the one's mine is better.
Mine is better, dude.
Mine is bigger. It's the other game show. Damn it.
You lost.
Hey, no stereotypes on this show, sir. Even if they're true. So, let's get into it. Hotels versus Airbnbs. I'm clearly going with the only option, a hotel. I want to be pampered and catered to. And
this 2023, sir.
Yes.
Get with the times. We've moved on.
No, we've moved downstairs to the breakfast buffet at the hotel. That's peasant, a part of it.
This peasant. he wants the continental breakfast.
Give
me my granola.
He's moved on to the 2023 version of the movie Fear.com, where he's going to end up in some crazy horror show movie game in an Airbnb. It's got a great rate in the middle of nowhere, no electricity,
First
no
of all,
internet.
I'm not a complete fucking moron. If I show up in Detroit, well, first of all, why the fuck am I in Detroit? If y'all watch movies, you know what's being referenced.
It's great. But no, I mean, I'll tell you, you got good. There's some decent Airbnbs. I've stayed at a few Airbnbs and
have I?
And enjoyable, but I had more things to complain about than I would at a hotel if I'm staying at the right hotel. Like, I'm not arguing the Motel 6 and the Holiday Inn on the corner, unfortunately. Like,
listen, if you stay in an Airbnb that's not hosted by a superhost, you're a peasant.
True.
I don't care what the rate is. Fuck what you're paying. They're a superhost for a reason.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I mean, you get an apartment, like, it's comfort. I don't have anybody knocking on the door when I don't want them knocking on the door. I don't want them ignoring the fucking hanger on the door and starting to come in anyway. I've had that happen at good hotels.
You are racially profiled then. That has not once ever happened to me. They understand. They stay away from those signs. I usually grab one from one of the neighbors and throw it on my door too.
They just think that you might kill them. You were profiled. That's why you didn't get bothered. There was like potential serial killer. I mean, it's a hotel, white guy. That's where white guys kill, in hotels.
He's got too many bags for 2 nights. This makes no sense. It's just my Xbox. Come on. Fucking bullshit. Okay, superhost, yes. I'll stay at Airbnbs typically when we go to specific areas, which I'll seclude us to the Arizona audience. When we go to Sedona, I'm typically going to get an Airbnb versus a hotel up there because it's outrageously priced for those hotels for that area, of course. But when I make a California trip and go anywhere else, I'm going Marriott Bonvoy, something along those lines. It's got nice rooms, got nice breakfast, those things. I'm on vacation if I'm staying in a hotel. I don't have a job where I'm out on business. So if I'm on vacation, I want to be catered to and pampered.
That's what I'm saying. Superhost has their joints set up that way. Like, the only thing you don't get is fresh fruit. Big fucking whoop. I get, if I want cereal, I get cereal, because that's all you're getting in a fucking continental breakfast. No one eats the other. You want to know why no one eats the other shit? And this is why you're a peasant. If you tell me that this doesn't bother you, I fucking can't stand the fact that motherfuckers touch that other shit. You want to make a waffle? Have you ever seen them shits? Have you seen those shits?
To be fair, the last one we went to had a waffle maker line, and that shit was immaculate. I had everything on there. It might have even been Belgian waffles I made, for all I know. They were so fucking fancy.
And you ate everybody else's shit.
No, because I made my own.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody does. They're touching the shit. Before Corona, I didn't even like them touching the shit.
But
hate it.
What?
Hate it.
No.
Hate it.
What are they touching besides the handle of the hot thing that would burn anything gross off in the heat? They don't touch it. No, so when I went, this might actually kind of sound gross, but whatever. But it was like a dispenser. You put your cup under and you dispensed the batter. It was that's a new thing. Yeah.
It was post. So I don't do hotels a lot. Ever since Airbnb got good, I've been doing Airbnb.
He prefers to do his superhost, where the guy that rented out the Airbnb comes and eats breakfast with him from the attic upstairs, gets done spying. Like, hey, when you're done looking through the hole up there, come down. I got some Cheerios for you.
Clearly, you don't use superhosts. Clearly, this guy. He's like, he looks at the one next to the superhost. It's like, oops.
It said,
oops. Hey, babe, I got the superhost. Walk in, there's dead bodies.
It said Super Ho and then the street name after. I was like, shit. Didn't realize the gap. But the biggest argument, we're going to win, but we're going to just call it like it is. Hotels are also used for a very specific reason that I would not feel right defiling an Airbnb knowing it is someone's home. Possibly that other people did what I'm about to do in this. And
I mean, but that's any rented space that you're gonna run into.
Sir, when I leave my hotel room, I see the people that are gonna cleaning up those towels out of every other room. So even if I stayed in a different room, I know a couple times a day they're getting rid of that. Now the sheets, I'm not gonna put a black light on them, but I see them on the cart too. I see them bringing them into the rooms. I'm just going to sit and safely assume the sheets are fairly clean as well.
Fairly is fair. I mean, for that, the concerns are the same for any rented space. And the superhosts I'm talking about, these are properties that they use for Airbnb. They don't live in those. You could tell. You could look at them. If they only have 2 pictures, I don't care if they are superhosts. A few of them kind of skip by, but I think they have to have a certain amount of pictures in order to also qualify. But I've seen a few kind of skip by. They might have a bunch of pictures, but it's just like repeat pictures. Like they just post the same picture. It's like three. It's the same set of pictures like 4 times just to hit the quota. But the ones that have different angles, different rooms, like those are the ones I'm looking at. So I can really see the space, and you can tell whether or not this is a shared space, like they live in it and they're just doing it when they're out of town, or if this is a rental property that they have that they use for Airbnb.
I think it's probably a bad look when you get in the Airbnb and they're like, any food that was left you can just have. Like, motherfucker.
I've never had that. It's always a stock thing. Like they have your coffee, they have your cream and everything. And that's the other thing. It's all there in the same space. I don't have to go down 8 floors. I don't have to go down from in Vegas. You're on the fucking 40th floor. Now you got to go wait for the fucking I don't care how many elevators in this section. They're all occupied.
Hey, in Vegas, you got to walk that alcohol off anyways. You gotta make some treks.
You got to walk the alcohol off.
Yeah, I do. So you're essentially telling me that you're staying at an apartment turned into a hotel with just a greater risk association because you fucking drop something on that carpet and you're fucked.
Well,
like you do things like that. And
they don't have carpets.
Like, you're fucked.
They could, but most of them don't have carpets for that very reason. It cuts on their concern of maintenance and whatnot. Cuts on my concern of any accidents.
Can we talk about something that I think is appropriate?
And first of all, hotel carpets ain't shit. So it doesn't matter if it's carpeted or not. Fuck that carpet. Matter of fact, you know what you're walking on, sir? Do you know what you're walking on?
Jizz! That's the whole reason why I'm at the hotel, so I don't have to care where it goes.
Oh, you want it between your toes. Got it.
No, I don't.
You want somebody else's jizz on your lady's feet?
No, sir. Gross. That's not what happens. No, that's
your lady don't walk around barefoot.
No, because see, when we
your
first,
lady don't walk around barefoot.
I'm telling you, she says something in Spanish to the cleaners when we're walking up, and it's just everything's taken care of. It's okay.
They're like, yes, yes, and then they just walk in.
See.
They just walk in with the machine and wait to hear you coming, and then walk out with it, so that you can think that they just used it.
I walk in barefoot.
They were really in there just fucking putting their own, peppering their own shit all over the room.
I walk in barefoot. She gets to walk in like she just went and got her toes done. Like, where the fuck you get them flip flops from? Don't worry about it. Damn it. That's what you were asking her. No, there's another thing. Sometimes it's nice when it's upgraded and it works, but I hate an Airbnb where they got a shitty TV and I can't fucking connect my shit to either Cast or.
That's why when you're looking at the posts,
they lie.
You look at the pictures and you see the description, because I'm glad you brought that up, because let's say they say XYZ is there, available, whatever. If it's not, you can then report that and you can either get credited, you can get refunded money, because their amenities do matter, especially if it's something like a TV. And let's say my trip to San Diego, we were there for almost a week. Let's say that TV wasn't working or wasn't the quality that I was told I was going to be paying for. All it is an amenity, something like a TV. If I'm there for that long, there's a reasonable expectation that I'm going to be spending time in that space for one reason or another, and I might want to watch TV. I could have picked the other one that offered the same thing that you said you were offering, and I picked you, and then you didn't give it to me. Now you have to pay for that. Thankfully, I personally haven't had to deal with reporting anything like that, but I know in the past people have, and they've been compensated. The hotel, what they tell you, like, you get in there and something doesn't work, now you got to move to another room. I've had that happen. I've seen it happen to other people. It doesn't happen often. I'm not going to sit and pretend like it does. But the fact that there is a higher risk, because hotel rooms have so many people in and out consistently.
Yeah, true.
Shit gets broken all the fucking time. Their cleaning people do a great job, but they're on schedule, so they got to run through. They might miss something, and the most annoying thing is having to fucking go down there and tell them some shit, because you tell them on the phone and nothing happens in an hour. Now you got to go down there and figure out what the fuck is going on. Then they say, "Oh, we're trying to find another room for you." Well, call me and tell me that shit. I want to get to my vacation, motherfucker.
You brought up something. We'll get into our final arguments here that I totally forgot about. Room service, motherfucker. And don't say the cop out, because on top of room service, I can also do what the only thing you can respond about Airbnb. I can order the room service if it's a nice enough place with a nice enough restaurant in it, or I can order everything you can order at Airbnb that's in the area. I can order anything on DoorDash, and it's usually easier to deal with that because you just fucking. I don't care about going down to the lobby.
I don't use room service when I'm at a hotel. I'm actually never in the room. Wherever I've gone, like
the last 3 hotels I've used the room service, and I stayed at hotels that like had nice stuff, and it made sense where we were. One was in downtown Chicago, and the other 2 were in Vegas.
My last few hotels, MGM Grand. This is all in Vegas. MGM Grand, Venetian, the Flamingo, Hard Rock. I think it was one more I stayed at.
Did you say 3?
MGM Grand.
Didn't you say 3 and then count it out like 5?
No, counted out 4. MGM Grand.
You said 3 before. Sorry.
Flamingo, Hard Rock. I was rarely in a room at any of those points. I never used. It's nothing against room service. Room service is a good amenity to have if it suits your styling.
Yeah.
At an Airbnb,
I'm a lazy fuck. What can I say?
At an Airbnb, I will DoorDash or whatever if I really need to. But I'm out a lot, much like being at a hotel, but I do make time to be in the space that I'm renting out because personally, I feel more normal there. Like,
Okay, I'm the opposite.
you
I
know what
don't.
a hotel, mentally, I know I'm in a hotel. I don't really care to stay in a hotel room unless if the bed is fucking amazing. Usually
Yeah.
they're nice, but majority of the time, my bed at home is better.
Yeah.
I get closer to, if not the same quality bed, in my personal experience at Airbnbs.
Okay. So good arguments. So let's get into your final argument to nail it down home before the people are gonna decide where they side with.
First of all, I'm not a bitch, so I'm not as scared of no motherfucking Airbnb.
Listen, let's give it. We each give your top two Airbnb to sway the people. Like your top two reasons for Airbnb. I'll give my top two for the hotel.
Overall
Let 'em
comfort
decide.
and having everything that I like to have available to me in one space.
Okay. I'm gonna go one. I won't say overall comfort. I'll just go overall. What's the
Floundering.
not floundering because it's not comfort. Like I said,
I
like
can't see it, but there's a bead of sweat right here.
my lips, the mustache hides it. No, like I said, I'm on vacation. I want to be catered to. So like, I don't think comfort is the right term. At a hotel, I feel 100% in the right. I feel like I'm 100%. I don't like. I'm gonna sound like such a lazy fucking nasty bastard. I just don't like being somewhere where I'm like I have to clean up everything, and I do clean up behind myself in a hotel. But in a hotel, I like the sense of like there is everyone. There's a job for certain things, and I get to go there and I get to relax. And obviously, you clean up certain things, but then there's the towels get changed out, your sheets get changed out. There's that sense of being taken care of. The vacation,
I get that.
and because of where I stay. The fucking amenities, the breakfasts, the TVs.
I used to do hotel breakfasts and I stopped.
breakfasts.
Breakfasts, whatever. And I stopped. That's just a personal thing. And just
Some are shit, and it's just like a bagel. I'll skip right by those, but like, shout out Marriott. They have great. If you go to their right line of their hotels, they have a fucking excellent one on the weekends.
The towel thing. Personally, I've gone to ones. It's always been ample. It's even been extra bed sheet. And the last thing I would say is another thing that didn't really make a combatant thing. I naturally just clean up whatever space I'm in. So I did that at hotels. I still do. If I stay at a hotel, I still do it at a hotel.
Yeah.
So
me too. I'm not a cat. We're not just shitting on the floor and just throwing food on the floor.
No matter Airbnb or hotel, it's no more extra work than I would normally do.
Correct. Yeah. Well. All right, I think you definitely gave good reasons why you think yours is better. I definitely know mine is better. But now the people get to decide. Guys gotta leave comments.
Like,
follow,
subscribe. Hit
Let
us up
know.
on our different platforms. You'll see them in the description.
Correct.
Argue.
Yes.
Argue. This was a little bit of a light back and forth, but we definitely don't agree.
Yeah. So, and if you don't agree, let us know. We'll tell you if we don't agree. Don't worry. And then you got battles. You got any arguments that you think that it would be great? Leave a comment.
Yeah.
As always.
Like I said, if you don't know, go back and watch our last video or a couple of videos back, depending on when this one gets released. It's our We're Back video. Like I said in that, I'm gonna reiterate it, but go watch that one anyway. We're open to suggestions.
Yep. Appreciate the love and support. As always, thanks for spending time with 4am Network. We out.
Yeah.